Hey, what's up, YouTube? Pulley626 here. I just talked about the enlisted route on how you choose an MOS. Um, Now I want to talk about the ROTC and Service Academy way to do it. For those you kids who are planning on, you're at their high school, your junior year, you're thinking, I want to be in the military, but mommy, either you personally don't want to enlist, you personally want to go to an academy like I personally did after high school, or you want to enlist, but mom and dad said we're not signing your list of papers. The only way you're going to join the military is if you go officer. There's a lot of people like that out there. They usually don't make it because they're forced to do it. But anyway, so ROTC, how you pick your job in ROTC. From what I understand, I have my battalion commanders, because I was in JRTC. My battalion commanders pretty much all 4 years, from my freshman to senior year, all did ROTC, and one went to West Point. So I still keep in contact with them. That's how I'm about to give you this information. From what I understand, you're towards the end of your junior year. You go ahead and fill out a dream sheet. And the only way in ROTC, this is for Army. I'm not sure about all the other branches of service. This is for Army. There is an event towards your junior summer that you go to, and all ROTC detachments, Air Force too, all ROTC detachments compete, and they rank you amongst all cadets in the country. So you got your number one cadet, your number one detachment, your number one unit, and number one brigade in the nation, and it goes all the way down the list to the last one. I don't know how many there are. Anyway, depending on where you're ranked amongst your peers and future brothers and sisters in arms, that gives you the option on your ability to choose your job. I know for a fact that the top whatever percent in the nation not only get to pick their job, but they also get to pick where they want to be stationed as well. They can't, say, I'm number one, I'm not going to go to Afghanistan. You're guaranteed your job. I know for Air Force ROTC, a lot of guys in the Air Force, the majority of them want to be officers so they can be fighter pilots or any type of pilot. Pilot slots in Air Force ROTC they're really hard to get. They're really competitive. At the Air Force Academy, every cadet is guaranteed a pilot slot in the Air Force, fighter, bomber, anything. It's kind of messed up because everyone's an officer, everyone's going to be a second lieutenant, but that's just the way it is. So compete well, study hard, be physically fit, be a leader, don't be selfish and all that good stuff. If you don't get the job you want, it's okay. You're a second lieutenant in the military. You're getting paid more than most of your peers. You're getting more experience than most of your peers, leadership positions. So suck it up. You're a second lieutenant. Just be proud of that. A lot of people didn't make it. Service academies, how you pick your job. Same way, kind of the same way as the enlisted route. You pick your top three or four jobs, and it depends on your leadership. It's really they heavily weighed on your academics more than anything. For all service academies, academics is like 70% of what they look at all the time, and then other 2% is military and physical standards. So you pick your top three or four, and depending on where you stand amongst your classmates, your class ranking, then they assign your job. A lot of people want pilot. I'm going to say like 95% of service academy juniors and seniors get their number one or two job. Hardly anyone ever gets the number three because they're trying to say it's the cream of the crop of the nation. So they deserve blah blah blah. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes for Service Academy and ROTC. OCS, I have no clue. I only know one person who did OCS. I kind of lost contact with him. He was one of my friend's fathers. He did Army OCS. So if anyone's got any information about how you about picking a job for OCS through OCS for the Army or anyone else, let me know so I can update some people. I know for Marine Corps, you have to compete for the job. There's not much information out there. You get to ask your OSO, which is your Officer Selection Officer, about that one. I don't want to give out wrong information about the Marine Corps, but I'll give you what I do recall is you do kind of have a dream sheet, and you have to compete amongst your classmates and yourself to get the job you want. Especially for infantry officers, you want the top people who aren't going to break under pressure. I mean, you don't want anyone in a Marine officer is not supposed to break under pressure. That's period. That's why I like the Marine Corps. My personal belief is the Marine Corps has got the best officers. I've met all officers of all branches of military, and the most appealing to me was Army, and number one was Marine Corps. I've had a lot of contact with a lot of Air Force officers. Nothing against them. I don't know. If I want someone to lead me into battle, I kind of want a Marine officer to do it. That's personally just me. So that's about it. I'll make another video later today.